Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at some of my last gameplay of the season and talk about what is making people not necessarily drawn to Go Battle League or making them want to kind of distance themselves from actually playing it anymore because they don't feel like there's even a point. So in this video we're going to go ahead and talk about it. I am going to be making this video very late. I don't know, this is like my 5th video of the day, and yeah, let's get into it. We got a lot to look at here. I'm going to have up some gameplay, and this team was recommended to me, and we did go ahead and use it to see what we had going on here. It's going to consist of Shadow Lugia. I did change Kyogre to Thunder. I do not personally like that, but it did come in handy, and there were times where I did need Blizzard, and it's okay because Thunder did work amazing for me. And then as well as Xerneas. Xerneas is not going to be completely powered up. We're going to be putting it as our buddy for a while, and then we're going to actually use Kyogre as our buddy as well. Now, let's talk about the next season because we have a big shakeup here. It looks like they're trying to nerf Medicham, Stuntank, and a few other meta Pokemon like Noctowl that's being overused because it did get a buff to wing attack. See, the check and balances in this game are insane. Now, I'm gonna just tell you right away, these changes that they do make from season to season, I do enjoy. Even if it's kind of like, well, this move is too strong, now we got to balance it out, and it's this constant struggle to find this, you know, perfect balance, or not perfect, but at least some neutral ground here. You know, it's okay. I personally, I enjoy that chaos of it all. I'm not saying I enjoy them like, oh, they're trying to figure it out, they can't, oh my goodness, and you know, they don't know what they're doing. That's not what I'm talking about. I just like the switch and change that we get from all these moves from season to season. Now, I want to go in a little bit of a different direction, mostly probably because I'm tired. I don't want to be really aggressive or angry or take jabs or go on a really angry tangent like I can typically do. Okay, we'll keep it very chill for this video. Also, I positioned the mic so it's probably going to sound a lot better as I do have it closer to me and I don't have to lean forward like a gorilla try to reach the damn mic hunched over. Okay, so yeah, this team was really working out well for me here, but let's talk about why a lot of people are drawn away from it. Now, if you don't believe in this, look, I'm straight up going to talk about the algorithm, okay? And I'll be fair about situations. We'll go over as much as I can, you know, think of as far as my side and what other people think on, you know, maybe it's just in our minds or skill issue, as they say, okay? All right, so you can pick a team and have a certain order of Pokemon, and you will see a certain type of Pokemon over and over again in the lead. And then when you swap, you get countered by a certain type every time. You switch it up after, I don't know, 3 sets, and magically you're getting countered again. Now, this is on the surface, we can just say, okay, well, maybe you're just thinking it in your mind. But when you have a whole group of people who are like thinking the same way, talking the same way, could it be an echo chamber? Yes, as well. But it's to the point where there's video, we're talking about it, it's been here for years, and at this point we know. And it's not just based off of that, there's other factors in it. Mostly that, but it is completely obvious at this point, and it's a very frustrating situation. Now, well, get good, okay? Pick teams that can counter the situation in those bad incidences that you're having when you're in Go Battle League, and learn how to manage your energy, timing, shields, catching, use all these and to overcome those situations where this algorithm that we're saying is going to be keeping us back or keeping us at 52%. Yes, absolutely. Skill is definitely involved in Go Battle League, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay, it really is. If you're like, well, if you get a good lead, good swap, I mean, yeah, you're looking good there, but you know, taking it beyond that, if you're in a bad position, you have to play out of that with things that you've learned, tools on your side like energy management, baiting, catching. All of those can help you win a bad matchup and come back from a horrible situation, from a bad lead and a bad swap. It's still possible. Although there are incidences where it is pretty much kind of like, okay, this is over. So let me see here. Like a Dragonite into a Xerneas, okay? That's horrible. Say you don't have Hurricane, okay? You have Superpower and Dragon Claw. You swap into Dialga and they bring in a, let's go, Excadrill, right? Now, what is the Dialga going to do? Because that Excadrill is going to just spam the hell out of them once they win that matchup there, right? And there's nothing you can do. The Dialga can't even take out the Excadrill. It could double shield to get to a Draco, but then the Excadrill is just going to outpace it. So what I'm trying to say is, without dragging this on too long for this situation, is there are times where you are screwed no matter what. Yes, that is going to happen. A lot of the times, I'll tell you what, believe me, I already know, and it is frustrating. What I'm trying to do right now is not completely blame the algorithm. I'm trying to see the other side of, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. I don't want to just say, well, it's the algorithm and that's the only problem, and I'm so good at this game and that's the only issue. I don't see any problem on my end. It's just because the algorithm's holding me down. There's no way I can shoot it at that. There's no way I can go at that angle. That'd be delusional as hell, and that's it. Yeah, as simple as that. You'll just be a delusional. But I'll tell you this, the algorithm does screw you over. It also does help you. It's constantly there. So essentially, if you go on a horrible set, it'll kind of help you out sometimes. It really depends, okay? But anyways, that's one of the reasons why people are frustrated with Go Battle League, is that just simple hard counter. It's just ridiculous at times, and it makes it unfun. And it wasn't like this a while back, so they shut down Go Battle League for a season, or it was a little while, or they didn't shut it down. It was a season where you can get to Legend and get the Legend pose by just simply battling, and you didn't have to win, you just had to battle. So anybody can get it. Anybody can get Pikachu Libre. And I feel like after that, they flipped the switch for some people, and it became ridiculous. I would hit Expert, easy money. I would hit Legend, consistent as well. I mean, it wasn't that big of an issue if I wanted to focus on it. I said it before, I'll say it again. I have to use different Pokemon, and a lot of times I do screw around too much and lose Elo, and then it's just like fall too far behind. Okay, I'm just simply, that's what it is. So, I mean, after that, it's just been like, what the hell is going on here? Now, people can say, well, people, they're getting better, and people have more awareness of what they're doing in Go Battle League. So it's just becoming more competitive as time goes on. And that is absolutely true. That is 100% true. But it's simply not to the point where it's just keeping me at this consistent win rate where it won't let me pass 50% or 51%, where I was sitting at 60 or I like 65 before, okay? After that. So before all of the changes and we had that season, I was at about a 59, 61%. After that, 51, 52, there's nothing I can do to get it above that. And we were discussing things that you can do to overcome bad matchups, right? But it puts me in situations where it's bullshit, I'm telling you. And not only that, but there's times where it's just weird, where I'm in a really good position and I can't tap my charge move. It's lagging. It's lagging right at the perfect time. Now, am I accusing Niantic of being sinister, of lag switching us essentially when we're about to win, some sort of a code to suppress you when you're about to take a win? No, I can't. It'd be funny to say yes, but I can't say that. That'd be kind of like, if they did do that, man, no wonder we have so many bugs. They're focusing on all these other things. But I'm not going to say they're doing that. Could I say somebody's cheating or lag switching us on some sort of way? Maybe, but I'm not going to also lean on that. What I'm going to say is Go Battle League is just simply buggy. Okay, we'll leave it on that. It's just so buggy at times. It's just like, come on. I could have had a 5-0, but now I have a 4-1, or I could have had a 2-3, and went positive, but now I have a 2, or I could have had a 3-2, but now I have a 2-3 because, well, of that one laggy battle, really. You see where I'm going with that? It's just all these things adding up, and we've all seen it. It is pretty bad. It's not the worst it's been, Go Battle League right now, but it's still not perfect by any means. There's all kinds of bugs being reported all the time. Usually I'm playing on my Wi-Fi, so I'm not on my data. I did play on my data a couple of days ago, and it was pretty bad as I was going for a walk. And I have great connection here, so you're like, well, you're in Alaska. It's like, okay, but it's not just me. It's all over the place. People in the middle of the city can't even do this damn Go Battle League without it lagging, okay? So there is that. And then we have the other issue of staleness. People just picking the same thing. Now, I can't just say, well, people just picking the same thing. It's all right. My phone stopped recording for whatever reason, but as I was saying, the staleness of the battles. So we have this meta here, which is going to be shaken up, but let me explain here because it's going to go mold right back to another thing, which is going to probably be very interesting. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying the way this game is formatted, it's going to have unfortunately, like just a massive change. So you're stuck with the meta. You can't have fun with things that you really enjoy. And if you do, you're kind of punished by, you know, stuff that's been favored by Niantic in the way that they have been given moves. Now, there are things that are just simply not great. They don't have good moves. They don't have good stats. That's just the way they are. We can't blame it on Niantic, but there are other things. But there's also the fact that it is a slow burn. So they're waiting. They don't want to just give all the great moves that these Pokemon have in the main series games to them, because if they do, then they'll be, I'm not going to say explored and then dropped, but it'll be a slow drip for these new meta Pokemon, or for us to test out these newer interesting Pokemon that may not become meta but have an interesting place within Go Battle League. So you know how this game is. They're really going to drag it on, okay? This is, I mean, people thought this was going to die after a couple of years. I mean, that's not the way it's going to go. Now, despite them being, us being very, I wouldn't say few that are in Go Battle League, it's not as many as everybody else that's playing, you know, Pokemon Go in general, because a lot of people say, well, I just use it to get a quick Stardust, or if I have to do a task, I just hop in there. There's a lot of people that just can't stand the task that you have to go battle, you know, if they don't do it. So there is that. But anyway, yeah, the staleness, hopefully we can see a nice shakeup here for the next season on the meta that we are going to be getting here, because it is going to be very interesting. It looks like they're really trying to gear up for Quagsire, really shut down Swampert. Quagsire is going to be getting that community day, so that is going to be very interesting. Hold on a second here. I need to drink some water. Got a little something in my throat there, and I want to stop this. Let's keep it going here. So yeah, this team is very fun, and again, you know, it's that meta. All right, so what could they do to change it? We've talked about this before, but let's go ahead and just say it again here while we're at it. Let's see how much time we got. We got plenty of time. This was a long one. This is a couple of days worth of battles. I think just 2 days. So, you know, pick 6. Go in with 6, and then you use 3 Pokemon to battle your opponent. So essentially, you know, people were saying it'll take too much time. It's going to clog it up. Not necessarily clog it up, but just slow down the pace of what Go Battle League is. Now, you know what? It'll take an extra 20 seconds, let's just say. So you have to, you can, you know, multiply that by all the battles that you do. That'll be the timer when you approach somebody. And if you both pick your team, set ready, then it'll just start, right? So you have 20 seconds. I think 15 seconds is a little quick for seeing somebody's, I mean, you would be able to do it over time, but I think 20 seconds would be a nice, comfortable number. So you pick 6 Pokemon, whatever the format may be. I don't care if it's a little jungle cup. So you got a little 3 little jungle cup Pokemon, however you want to set them up. Elements, all 6 same dragons. Who cares? I don't care. Well, not same Pokemon. that have to be different. There's no duplicates, but you know what I mean. All dragon. All right. Anyway, so if we could pick 6, go into Go Battle League, you see the opponent 6, they see yours, you pick 3, you have 20 seconds, you go into the battle. Now, if you don't like that, that'd be cool if they could have a format for that, as well as one where you just go in with 3 blind like we are doing right now. Now, could that clear the algorithm potential that we have, the issue that we have with this algorithm, right? If we can see 6, pick 3, I mean, they could still set it up in a way where it still screws you over. You can go up against a bot and they simply, it says they picked 3 and then it just picks 3 to counter you. Now, is that sounding a little crazy? No, not really. I've seen this game and it's not beyond anything of that possibility anymore. Not at all. Not at all. It would be a lot more fun though, okay? And I don't think I could really get too upset about it. I mean, it'd be fun, especially when you know you're battling real people. So yes, there are bots in Go Battle League, but you're definitely battling real people most of the time, okay? That's fact. I literally battle with my people on my friends list, okay? I'll get the friendship for the day. I'm like, oh, I didn't see the name going in, and I see it at the end. I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, good game. So yeah, if you think it's all bots or something, definitely not. Definitely a lot of real people in here, but I feel like during slow times, or if you're not finding a match, they will throw a bot at you, and they won't. So you're not just sitting there. You know, they don't want to make it seem like Go Battle League is dead. They can't have that exposed now, you know. So there is that, but that would be a nice little shake up for it, right? It would put a few extra minutes on your total time of the day. So right now I'm clocking at about, for Go Battle League sets, doing about 5, looking at about Ultra League, Master League battles, probably about an hour and 20 minutes it'll take me. So if we had the pick 6, or pick 6, whatever, go in with 6 and then pick 3, you would probably be looking at it about an extra 20 minutes. So yeah, it would tax on a pretty good amount of time. So you'd be sitting at about almost 2 hours at that point to complete your battles if you were able to do that format. Now, what if they had like 10 seconds? I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, I guess, but it'd be too quick. It'd be like, okay, oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, okay, oh, okay. That'll just be silly. It would be almost doable, but not for the average person. I mean, they're not going to want to pick in 10 seconds like that. So yeah, definitely going to take a lot more time if they did come out with that. I don't think they'll probably will though. So yeah, unfortunately not. So as we do take a look at this, hopefully I'm synced. I don't know. I was going to do commentary, but I think I'll just keep on talking about different things here. All right. So what else do we have for Go Battle League? I mean, I think that those are the main issues there. I mean, a lot of lag. It really depends on your connection to your trainer that you're going up against, the connection as well. But there's just a lot of coincidental lag issues that happen, right? It's just like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. But it is a lot of the hard counter nonsense that is completely blatantly obvious that it makes you just want to say, what the freaking hell? What's the point of this? All right. Now, you know what I'm talking about. So you lead with a certain thing, and then all of a sudden, after so many battles, you stop, you swap it up, and all of a sudden you're countered again. Game after game. You're like, okay, let's try another game. After you've been hard countered with that first team, you go in with this new team, hard countered in the front. You're like, okay, I know it's not a coincidence, but let me go again to make sure I'm not going freaking crazy. Okay. And then you go into another battle, hard counter, swap, hard counter. Okay. You go in again, hard counter. You're like, okay, that's all completely obvious. Swap your team again. So say you had fire, water, water, water. So you put grass. All of a sudden, ice, ice, ice. It's fact. I mean, it's not going to go down like that every hard counter with that type that I just mentioned, but it is like that a lot of times, all right? And it's really crazy, okay? Now, you pull off the wins going up against those, right? It's not like, oh, you need a good one every time. Oh, you need to... It's not about that, but it just gets to the point where it's extremely ridiculous. And when can we have like... When can we reach the top of the hill and go down a little bit, right? When can we have just a little relaxation? You know, when we pedaled up this hill for months now, can we just, you know, not have easy matches, but some neutral stuff, okay? I don't know. I've been saying a lot of cuss words lately. It doesn't really matter. I know you're all grown ass adults here. But anyway, so yeah, you know, folks, we all learn. We can all learn and get better at Go Battle League. And yes, it can get very in depth, and at its core, it's very simplistic, honestly. What it comes down to here's what it is knowing the damage that your Pokemon can take from other Pokemon, knowing how much damage your moves are going to do to super effective Pokemon, and almost down to like every Pokemon of how much damage your move is going to do to it, as well as resisted Pokemon as well. And if you know all of these things, as well as timing and counting moves, it's not so much counting for me, it's more so just timing in my head. At this point, it's just like clockwork, you know? I guess it is counting, I do count, but a lot of times if I lose count, I just kind of base it off timing as well as where my energy is at for my Pokemon, because you can do that as well. If you've been in a matchup so many times up against that thing, you know where they're at based upon the energy you have, you know, if you haven't thrown or something like that. So yes, you know, there's a lot of little different tips in here, little things, and you can get very good. And you know, it's just very frustrating. You know, doing this, it's something that I was waiting for so much, and I loved so much as well. And like I said, you know, we've got to Legend many a times. We have the poses and all that. After that weird season, it just became super different. They changed, the counters were so hard. Like the hard counters were just all the time and so constant, like never before. Okay, so it just became unbelievably annoying. And there was a period where I was just losing my mind. But now when I get hard countered over and over again, swap hard countered, and I'm making good teams, right? Sometimes I build a pretty jackass team, I get it, but it's just for fun. But a lot of times when I'm making very solid teams, it gets very annoying. And it just kind of, I was just losing my mind. But I just take it now. I'm just like, oh, okay. Oh, you look at that, another extremely hard counter, and I just back out. You know, a lot of times I will try, but if I can see where that's going, if you've done it so many times, you know that there's really nothing that you can do. You know, there is that little few percent a chance that you can have to catch, and then they have the Pokemon in the back that you just so happen to be able to maybe counter with no shields, and they've got 2 left, right? But it's not happening really most of the time, so I just save my time and back out. But you know, if I do have somebody who didn't have an extremely hard counter to mine in the front, and I can see the battle is going to be a loss, but I could maybe pull it off, I'm not going to just back out. I'm going to give them that full battle. Even if I can see, oh, 100% I've lost this at about 50% of the way, I'll just continue. I'll let them have it. I'll entertain the battle, and I wouldn't not try, because, you know, it's not fun being robbed of your battles, and I know some people probably would want you to back out just to end it. Like, just back out. I know I won. Just give me my win. I just want to get this over with. But maybe some people want to enjoy the battle, you know, so I stay there. But a lot of times I do back out. I'm like, screw this shit. Because, dude, like, man, I almost threw my phone the other day. Just so unbelievably crazy, the counters. I was like, okay, leading with Kyogre. I think, look, where are we at? Dragonite? Here we go. Let's get into it. Let's look what we got. Metagross. Oh, perfect timing. Wow. This couldn't. I hope I'm aligned here. I really, really hope I'm aligned with this. So literally, so we put Xerneas up front. Did you see that? Watch this. Watch this. Kyogre. And then there's a Rayquaza. It put the damn Kyogre back up front for me. And then it gave me a dragon after I took off my Lugia and my Xerneas from being in the front that are going to be able to counter Rayquaza. Yeah, I get it. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about that drives me crazy. Now, if you're like, oh, hold on, Poke, chill out, chill out. That's just a little glitch. It's not something sinister. Okay. Is it okay? Is it okay? All right. That's why it's just annoying though, because I had the 2 counters to it in the front for the whole time, and then all of a sudden, Kyogre, we swapped and it's there. Anyway, it's those kind of things that just make you raise your eyebrow and think, you know what? No, there's more behind this than when we can really tell is actually happening here. But you know, if you don't believe in that algorithm and all that stuff, that's fine. I mean, whatever. Okay. So what? Tell me what you think down below. Leave a nice 2-paragraph comment and tell me why. I won't delete them, I promise. I'll let everything go. Maybe. We'll see. There's probably going to be a couple where there's always a few jackasses that need a comment to be deleted because it's just need to be. Okay. All right. What do we have here? Let's go ahead and just do some look at these battles, I suppose, to see what we have going on. So we're going to bait them with the close combat up against Mewtwo. I'm not going to do the fast pace like I do. I'm just going to kind of do like look at it, chill. All right, farm them down. Xerneas or Yveltal. All right, it's going to be super effective. So we're going to let that one first go because Lugia is such a tank. I mean, you don't really need to shield up that first one. They let the Aeroblast go. They've got a Dialga in the back. Now, here's the thing about Kyogre again. Now, if I did have Blizzard in this situation, I don't think it would really help me out anyways because I think they shield up anyways. We build the Blizzard illusion. So let's see. We get a shield out of them with the Surf. I think they would probably want to shield that up anyways, even if it wasn't going to be a Blizzard. Bringing in the Lugia. We've got 1 shield left. Will we be able to make it to the Sky Attack? Oh my goodness. That was close game. Okay, it's a close game. That's all I'll say for that. All right, next battle, we have a Melmetal. I think this one's very funny because we both keep farming. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you get 2 stubborn asses. Okay, what's going on, I'll explain, is he's waiting for me to debuff myself so he can hit me with more damage. That's all it is. So we got a shield out of them, which is great. We'll shield this up. They hit me with superpower. What a joker. Okay, going for another superpower, retreating into a Dragonite as we do bring in our Kyogre. Now, this is not great, so we're going to go ahead and go for Thunder. It would have took a minute to get to Blizzard. I think we would have made it. We definitely would have made it, but yeah. So they have no shields, and that Dragonite is not healthy. So we'll bring in the Xerneas to farm them down here as we can take whatever they throw. Was that a Draco Meteor they just threw at us here? And we're going to go for that close combat up against Melmetal. They did use a shield. Wait. No. What happened? Did they catch that, or it was one of those quick swaps? So Melmetal's pretty much at low health at this point. Okay, anyways, we get in with it. Yeah, so we landed it. It's just, yeah, one of those weird visual glitches. Aeroblast one-shots Togekiss. Let's go. And I hope I'm aligned. Otherwise, this is going to be all bad. All right, and we take the win there. Great. Let's see what we got. Team Rocket, and all right, we got a good lead. Okay, let's go. And we got a good swap. Thank you. Finally. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so we're looking good here. Okay, good lead and good swap. If we don't win this, then I will sell my account. No. All right, anyway, going for Surf to get a shield out of them. And we do, which is great. Fantastic. And what do we got going on here? Bring in the Lugia. Now, they can go for Dragon Ascend, but they go for Breaking Swipe. As a matter of fact, I do believe they're going to be able to get off about 3 Breaking Swipes right about now here. And yeah, they've lowered our attack by 3 stages. And we're not going to wait for them to get to another one. So we're going to go ahead and just throw that Sky Attack to take out that Rayquaza. They've got a Melmetal in the back here. So what we want them to do is go ahead and throw this energy. Do believe this is going to be a double Iron Bash. That's exactly what it is. And now we can go ahead and throw. And we still have 2 shields here to shield them up. They're not going to be able to get to 3. We will be able to outpace them here. I don't remember if I think they may let this go because they know it's over. Nope, they said, no, you're using all of your energy, and we take the win up against them there. And we're looking good. All right, and that's going to be about a wrap, folks. There you have it. So anyways, go Battle League. Let's just hope this new season is going to be nice. Should be pretty interesting. We've got a lot of different changes, and should be I'm very overwhelmed. I'm just gonna wait for more numbers here, because I guess we can get into speculation, but we've got literally 2 more days and then those videos are gonna be useless. So anyways, if you did enjoy this one, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.